voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed
It's
Radio.
not on. Oh,
You're
now
like,
it
it's
is.
not on. Oh, yeah. You just wanted to make sure. You just wanted to cut my intro off, Timmy. It's all right, just because you have your own show. Oh,
No,
man.
no.
Oh, you know it, brother. Like I said, with me today in studios, Timothy Clark. Timothy, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks for having me again, Flip.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure. Even though you cut my intro off right at midway, Timmy, it's okay, but I love you, brother. Oh man. No, and I think right before we hit record, Timmy, just wanted to, bring you back on so we can talk a little bit of this wonderful game that we play that, wraps our lives up. Uh, in
That's
case
right.
any in case anyone's listening, we're talking about the IWA. Anyone interested in taking a look at what we are talking about, go ahead and make your way over to playiwa.com. You can find all the info as to how to join in on all this action and have some fun in your own way. Because I think that's the biggest thing I want to talk about, Timothy, is how many ways that we play this game. Because this game is played by so many different people throughout the whole
Hundreds, maybe thousands.
yeah, throughout the whole US, some in Canada, some in Mexico, some overseas. Shout out to all our servicemen out there playing this game.
Yeah,
And
yeah. We also whips each other's asses. We also.
oh yeah, brother. Now, let's be honest. Let's talk about some of these play styles. I've had the pleasure now of being in this game for a couple years. Get to play with people that enjoy stories, enjoy angles. I got to meet some people that enjoy the numbers games. They like the stats. They like record keeping. There's some people that play this game in a huge fashion. I mean, I think I put you in that boat right there, Timothy, where
Yeah, yeah.
you play this game at large. I've got to know you. I think I guess the
I'd say
relationship
17 leagues.
but my relationship with you started when I think I saw you take over the HRL for a while. Was it the
Yes,
HRL?
yes, it was.
Yeah, and then circumstances led to you leaving that league, and then it put you in the LSL, and that's when I really got to know you. I'm like, hey, brother, you know what? I see what you're doing. I see that you're here, you're there. Yeah, what did you say? 17 leagues?
Yeah, 17 leagues.
You know,
Soon to
seven.
be less than that.
17 leagues throughout six federations that are available here in the IWA. Uh, it's a big task. I mean, I remember at one point I had wrestlers in every federation, and it's just wham bam, thank you, man. Every Tuesday, Thursday, something's coming up, something's coming out, and it just kudos to you, brother, because again, you show a lot of support to a lot of these leagues. In some extent, sometimes it's monetary support just by helping out. Get some cards up. I know you've taken the role of a commissioner, and in some
Yep,
cases,
2 leagues.
in two of them, and in some cases even a role as a co-commissioner of a subdivision.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's so much going on throughout the IWA, so many ways that you could get involved, and I think the beauty of this game is that there is no right or wrong way to play it.
That's right.
Now,
None whatsoever.
let's get into some of these leagues, Tim. In the Iron Federation,
I got
what leagues are you in there?
I got GNL, NPL, UWL, XPL, and YJL.
Nice, nice. And are you commissioning in any of those, or no? Or is that just all play and
No,
support?
I used to commission NPL when it was called NJL, but
Ah,
I had to step down.
okay. And most of the leagues that you mentioned, I know the XPL and the GNL are they have a limit.
Yeah, 6 for XPL, and for the we already know what GNL is. 3.
Nice, nice. So you know, limit leagues for those fans listening. Some leagues are restricted to how many you can have within the league per manager to kind of like even the playing field within the leagues. Uh, but some leagues, like well, those leagues that are fortunate enough to be within, I think it's 50 cards, also qualify for elite status.
Yeah, yeah. If they're over 50 cards, yes. Or
Nice.
50 and above, I should say.
And that gives you a shot at a real
The
belt.
elite,
So
yep, the elite title.
nice,
Something Rob's won twice.
nice. Shout out to Catfish Rob. Shout out.
That's right. Shout out.
Now, the YJL, that's 18 and over league there in the iron,
Yeah, I do believe.
but no limit there in that one, right? It's I think.
No, no limit.
Right.
I,
So
I actually, it's a 20 limit.
oh, okay, so there is a cap. Okay, so 20
Yeah,
20
because
maximum.
because a no limit is 25.
Oh, okay. So even the quote unquote no limit has a limit.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you some people might be wondering, you know, who needs that many players? Who needs that many wrestlers? You know, you're not going to be able to trash talk for all those guys. It's like, hey, again, I say
Hey,
this a lot.
some of them are for storylines. Some of them are for other things.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of and you know, just to clarify that, I mean, uh, some players or some managers like to run 6-man strats, so they have exclusive wrestlers that are their 6-man group. Some of them have exclusive tag, you know, so they have different you know ways to use their cast and characters there. And as you mentioned, Timothy, not everybody is there for trash talk purposes. Some of them are just there to try and hit the report, you know, because some you know we do have a lot of managers that are report chasers.
Yeah. But some of these report chasers do trash talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there. I think some managers, you know, like I said, not all managers, but some managers do have a nice balance. Some managers really don't care about trash talking. I'm not even going to pretend like, you know, hey, that's just the way it is. Hey, and the beauty of
Hey,
this game is you
hey,
can play how you.
as soon as I cut down, I'm gonna trash talk a lot, way more than I do now. Trust me on that.
Oh yeah. No,
I, I
and
I enjoy trash talking when I can.
now let's get into some of this trash talking because uh one of my places or one of the federations that I enjoy playing is the Steel. What
Yeah,
leagues are you in the Steel?
3 leagues: LSL, AWL, and NBL.
Now you got a lot invested in the Steel because not only are you one of the commissioners in the LSL, but you also help out with one of the divisions in the AWL.
In AWL. Yes, I help out with the cruiserweight division.
Now
I
now
call myself the cruiserweight caretaker.
now what now for those fans listening, you know, that are saying like, oh man, you know what? You know, this guy's probably just like Pipsqueak, just calling himself the king of this and the king of that. Like what does that mean that you're, you know, the co-commissioner of the cruiserweight? What are some of the tasks
Which
that you?
means I can tell Will what match to make for number one contender or battle royal or whatnot. Any kind of match to get a number one contender for their title.
Okay, so you basically the fate of that division or of that title pretty much
Yeah,
lies in your hand. And of course, like you mentioned right now, you know, you could use something like the battle royal to determine that number one spot or something else, but oh, ultimately it's in your hands.
yeah,
Now, LSL, a completely different monster.
yes, yes. I
You are
am
the
basically the head commissioner.
now when you're the head commissioner,
I try to
what's the
make I try to make things fair as possible. I come up with concepts for people to do. They do them. Sometimes they don't. But if they want a title match, they got to do these concepts.
Now again, I'm glad you're mentioning stuff like of this nature because again, every league that is out there has different ways to interact with the league.
Yeah.
One of the nice things that I think that has happened over the inauguration of the LSL is the group and the messenger trash talk that goes on within that group and within that messenger.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a
Now,
lot of trash talking in there. They love trash talking to each other.
now, I mean, let's say it like it is, Timothy. Not every league runs the same way. So I've gotten backlash from certain managers who are more traditional based. They like the trash talk in the bulletin. They like going back and forth. They want to make sure that it gets into the bulletin because they're used to a traditional style of playing the IWA, where I mean, this is still a play by mail game technically.
Yeah.
Now, the evolution of the game, the evolution of the social media aspect in the game has allowed the return of a lot of managers, has allowed the return of former players, and I think in a positive way has allowed even trash talk to evolve in some leagues. Now let's talk about the pace, because as where
That's where the
you would send.
LSL is somewhat paced, somewhat. Well, it's really good pace in trash talk, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, if you allow me, to me, I think that it's at a way faster pace, which isn't a bad thing, because you're in that Facebook group, you're in that thing, you're going back and forth. Shout out to the Bullet Club that came and went. Shout out to OC. Shout out to NWO. Shout out to their manager. One of the probably most, I mean, spontaneous managers I've met. And, shout out to Shane because, like I said, I love Shane because of that.
I
But
admit Shane is not a bad guy.
no, no, no.
He's
He
good. He's good.
he is spontaneous. And again, not every league and not every league's pace
Every
allows for
everybody
that kind of spontaneousness.
everybody's got their own way to play. They want to change names every single thing. Fine with me.
Yeah, and I think the pace of the league here in the LSL, and I'm gonna even piggyback off of that, and even in the AWL, because shout out to Will Wisdom who runs the AWL. It's been running it for years.
Oh
It, it
yeah, hundred something cycles so far.
amazing, but the pace in these two leagues is definitely faster, and it's faster, I think, in part because of the social media aspect, because there's so much going on the Facebook group. In a similar way to where I see you and Will post up, hey, I got this pay-per-view coming up. Who wants a match? Who wants in? And next thing you know, you see boop 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 boop. The matches start filling in. As opposed to a different way of selecting pay-per-view matches in, say, in let's just say, for instance, in a league, and I'm not going to talk about leagues that I'm not in because obviously I don't have enough info as to how they select their commissioner champions or whatnot. But in a league like the UNL, like the RWL, like the rest of the Bronze League that I'm in, where they base everything mostly off of the trash talk, mostly off of the shows that they have that are trash talk, trash talk based. They get everything from the interactions within the bulletin. Here
Yeah.
in the LSL, and this isn't a knock on the NSL, because the LSL, like I said, the trash talk works so much faster. I mean, I feel bad sometimes when I'm getting on there, and next thing you know, I got like 15, messages on my Facebook thing because all of a sudden, Shane and Jerry and Rob and Mr. Harper and everybody's going back and forth, and I'm just like, whoa, what the heck happened? And next thing you know, I'm fired. and next thing you know, I'm back, and next, it's just crazy. It really is, brother, and I love it.
Next thing I know, he's not allowed to fire anybody anymore.
but it's fun. I mean, I think I give.
There's only one reason why I made that rule, because of what happened on the Facebook page with him and Christopher, him and Stevens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and at the same time, like again, different paces, different leagues, different ways to play it. Not everybody, likes this fast pace, and that's understandable because again,
Yeah,
not
that's
not everybody's going to be able to, play. I mean, I've recently, just got back into it, I try during the week. This is just a way, to give away what I'm doing now is if this is Steel Week, well, that's when I'm going to be on that group, kind of interacting and going back and forth. Obviously, as we're recording this past week was Diamond and Gold, so I wasn't on the Steel group that much because it wasn't that week. So I'm trying to kind of balance my IWA time from group to group, just to be able to interact in some fashion in those leagues that do have a social media aspect.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, are you in any in Gold and Diamond?
Well, no Diamond, but every iWar league in Gold I'm in.
Nice.
I just like the fact that it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
For those managers new to the game, the iWar. What are the iWar leagues?
Yeah, well, man, you want any title shots around there? Good luck, man. You have to trash talk. You
Yeah.
want
Now,
a title shot?
what are the leagues in the iWar, Timmy? For those people listening that don't know what the iWar is.
There's BBL, BRL, CWL, IWL, and NWL. I can't be there because I'm not a rookie.
Nice. Yeah, so the gold league has always had a very strong showing in cards and with trash talkers, and I would say I'm right there with you. It's definitely one of the tougher places to play. A lot of good managers there. So yeah, if you are looking for some tough nails to chew on,
Yeah,
make
you
your
want tough competition? Come on over.
yeah, there you go. Now you said no diamond leagues.
Yeah, I'm in no diamond leagues. I used to
Now
be in NSL, but I moved out of that.
now in the gold leagues, are you just primarily just playing, so no commissioner duties in any of the gold?
No commissioner duties. No commissioner duties.
And
No.
I guess that's a good way to kind of balance out because, like I said, you have your heavy load during that first cycle or that first week of a cycle with all the steel stuff.
Yeah.
And now we get into pretty much the final week, which is our bronze and jade. What bronze leagues are you in?
I'm in GRL. Let's see. LNL. RWL. And I think there's one more, but I can't remember it. I think it's one that I was leaving because of money problems. But oh yeah, UNL.
You're like, and one of the other, yeah. So I mean, and that's another good place. Like I said, if you're looking for angle based action, definitely check out the bronze and the new Bronze Age that has recently come about. Another great place to
It
if you
has
are in.
all those three. It has those last three I just mentioned.
Yeah. And again, just another good place to play. And there, you're no commissioner duties there either, right? So you got a nice break between your commissioner stuff.
I got a nice break. My only commissioner duties are in steel.
Nice. See that, and I think that's a good way to balance out. And
Yep.
now in the Jade, are you playing anywhere in the Jade right now?
LWL.
Oh, the toughest of them all.
I've actually won the league title once there.
Yeah. Now, I
It's
say I say the toughest. I say the toughest because it's a one.
One wrestler limit.
One wrestler limit. And, it's just,
Hey, if you want toughness, that's where you need to go. If you want to just use one guy, that's where you need to go.
yeah, there's a lot of talking out there throughout the game of people saying, "Hey, the only reason you're beating me is because you got 25 in this league and I only got 6." Well, if you ever feel like knuckling up and trying your, if you think you got a good grasp of the holds, because let's be honest, whew, there's some managers that are very, very, very gifted at picking the moves. They know how to study the drops. They pay attention to what's going on. They pay attention to what happened the previous cycles. They're
Yeah,
just they're playing the game at a different level. And shout out
that's
to all those managers because yeah.
Myler's one of them.
Oh,
Chris,
Chris Myler's he's a bully, man. He's poof. You talk
yeah,
about going one on one with somebody. That guy right there. Yeah, there and same thing. Shout out to Jamie. Was another one that
yeah,
just
Jamie Davis.
yeah. And again, shout out to all these managers that are like I said, they have different talents, different gifts, and they
Frank
enjoy.
Frank Belcher, Mitchell Johnson, Hamilton Ortiz.
Yeah, it's a good cast.
There's a whole slew of managers that can kick my ass. There's a whole Well, hell, we've kicked. I'll just say we've all kicked each other's asses. Our wrestlers,
Oh yeah,
anyway.
no, and I mean I think that's the one thing. Like I said, if you aren't looking for that one-on-one where you can settle a score, yeah, definitely check out the LWL there. Now, obviously, you like I said, as we're going through this, we mentioned all the different places you're playing, Timothy. I mean,
I know it's
I,
a lot of places.
oh yeah, no, and I think that's where it takes me back to like like we're saying the different play styles. I know people have thrown around the word the F word around, and I have no problem with some.
I know what word you're talking about.
Oh yeah, now
I don't believe in that word. I
yeah,
mean,
no, I'm not. I'm
let
not a fan of it either, but
let people play the way they want to play.
most definitely shout out to that, brother, because again, this game is a diverse game, as diverse as the personalities and the people that make this game
If
up.
I mean, if you don't want to be a flooder, fine. There's plenty of leagues that don't have flooding in them.
Oh yeah,
It's
and
fine.
and and I think a testament to that, Timothy, is just uh, don't try and change somebody's play style.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Never try and do that.
yeah.
No.
If somebody
Stick with
enjoys,
what you're good at.
yeah, I think I mean from getting to know you, I definitely know you like making pay-per-views. You enjoy setting up the cards, and you guys do such a good job of it because you guys have a good wrestling background, and you can, hey, okay, this match is going to be you know uh, a scalpel match, or this match is going to be a ladders and chair match, or this one's going to be and that creative side also takes it takes a
Yeah,
lot. So
yeah, yeah. Poor
I'm
pipsqueak.
hey now. Uh, but I am glad that
That little shit.
oh you know it. You know what? I think the fans, if you guys knew who he was talking about, would cringe right now because he's given the LSL so much hard time, and yeah, and he deserves every scalpel match he gets.
That's right.
Oh man.
Take that,
No,
pipsqueak.
but I mean, truth be told, Timmy, I mean, I said I know you don't hear this often, brother, but just as honest as I can be, brother, thanks for everything you do for the game. Like I said, just being a commissioner and running a league, and like you said earlier, trying to be fair because it is hard to be fair in this game because you have a lot of styles of
Now
managers.
I'll tell you one fair thing I've done so far. I have never, ever gave my own guys a title shot.
And you know what? I'm quite the opposite. When I ran a league, you couldn't keep my guys away from my titles.
Yeah, yeah.
but
Well,
again. You know what?
Well,
Uh-oh, we got the remix. Uh-oh, I think we lost you, Timmy.